Hey y'all, welcome to Midweek Minis, the show where you get to ask us questions and we tell you personal stories that you've already done told us. I'm Mitch Lawrence, that's my wife Leah Lawrence.
Hey y'all.
And we're getting kind of low on these questions.
And stories.
So, I don't know, we'll see what happens in a week or two when we're completely out. But for now, we do have a story, don't we, Leah?
We do, but if you just want to send some our way, I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, please.
Totally be cool with it. Yeah.
All right, well, take it away with that story.
All right, well, this story is, okay, so last week I read a story from Caitlin, I think, and then I said, oh, this is the second story, and then I forgot that I didn't read the first story. So,
there you go.
I'm doubling back, gonna read the first story second.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Tarantino.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
I planned it this way.
Hit us with it.
Okay. It says, so 11 years ago, I had gone to visit my boyfriend, John, now husband, since he was living in North Carolina and I was in Virginia. I was sleeping in the den. It was the middle of the night. I suddenly woke up to a pitch black room, but could still make out that there appeared to be what looked like an old man in the corner just staring at me. I quickly got up and quietly went into the room where John was sleeping and asked him to come into the den and just sit there with me until I fell asleep. I explained to him what I saw, and I asked him not to tell his parents because I didn't want them to think that I was crazy. The next morning, we were all in the den watching something on TV and drinking coffee. I looked up at their mantel and realized the old man I saw was in a picture.
Oh.
Turns out it was John's grandpa, who had died about 3 years before him and I met. I quietly told John about this, and of course, what does he do? He tells his parents that I saw his dead grandpa.
Oh,
his parents were sweet and just said that grandpa was just checking me out to make sure I was good enough for his grandson. Clearly, Grandpa Joe approved because as of 10/6/2019, John and I have been together for 11 years. Love y'all's podcast, and I also just listened to Trailer Trashy, and it's fucking amazing. Thanks, Caitlin.
Yeah, Trailer Trashy's pretty cool.
It's pretty fun. If you haven't listened to it yet, you probably should because it's funny. We yell at each other a lot, but it's funny.
Yeah. There are a lot of off microphone yellings as well. Oh, God. They're just such loud people.
Yeah, we are. When you get... Amberly can get loud too, but it's just that me and Kyle and Aaliyah have known each other for so long that we have no problem with talking over each other real loud.
There's always 4 different stories happening.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's a little chaotic, but I think you'll enjoy it if you give us a shot. So please go listen to Trailer Trashy. We're pretty awesome.
Trailer Trashy's great. And thanks for that story, Caitlin. Maybe don't tell people that you see your husband's dead grandfather, though.
It was just the one time.
Yeah. I mean, was he a nice guy? We don't know.
I think he was just sitting in the corner. I don't know if he was nice or not.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll never know now. All right. Question from Pip.
I don't ever want to see your dead grandpa in the corner. Just putting
me either,
that out there,
honestly.
family.
Yeah, me either. If it's my mom's grandfather, that's fine. My mom's father, I'm sorry. That's fine. My dad's father, no. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
All right, so from Pip, what color was the dress, Leah?
Oh, the blue gold thing.
I saw white.
I would say I only ever saw it as blue and black.
I only ever saw white and gold.
Like, I could sort of squint and look back, and maybe I could sort of see white and gold, but to me it was always blue.
I believe it was revealed that it actually was blue and black, right?
I think so. I don't honestly remember.
I think so too, but I only ever saw white and gold.
Yeah,
so.
I only ever saw it as blue, but once again, I'm not the greatest at shadow differentiation, colory kind of stuff. I was, And
with the Laurel Yanni thing, I only ever heard Laurel.
Yeah, Laurel is what I always heard. And if I could, I would think Yanny, and then I could kind of hear it. But for most of it, I only heard Laurel.
I do know in that one, the person was saying Laurel. I know that was the real word. And I can see where Yanny, I can kind of hear Yanny some because it's just super high pitched. And you can't really get it. Like I
said, if I really think about it and then I listen for it specifically, I can block out the other tone and hear the one. But just, I guess I have old people ears now. Yeah, Laurel is what I heard.
Yeah, me too. Another from Pip. I don't know if this means right now or ever. It just says Best Supporting Actress.
Oh.
I don't know. Honestly, we don't see a lot of movies.
No, we don't.
I would love to. I love awards movies. Like, I love
See,
Oscar-worthy
I'm generally
movies.
not like, I like, if I'm going to do award-winning, like, theatrical stuff, I want to go to a show, like a live production. That's the kind of stuff that I prefer if we're talking about, like, highbrow thinking kind of art. For movies, like, I mean, I can get into some of the more award-winning kind of movies, but I'm all about trash movies. Like, I like superhero movies. I like really trashy romance stuff. Like it. I'm not the fancy.
So, do we answer this question?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't know. What am I saying here?
What, like, for your favorite supporting actress that you've ever seen? I guess.
Fucking shit. I don't know. I mean, I made Leah watch Lady Bird last year, and I didn't fucking get it. I don't understand why that movie's such a big deal.
I liked it up until the end, and at the end you were like, just like, what the fuck was all of that about? Like,
it makes no
but
sense.
I mean, I was also a bitchy teenage girl, and I get it from that perspective, but okay.
Yeah, what I was saying was Laurie Metcalf was great in that, but the person who won, oh my god, why can't I remember her name? In I, Tonya. I watched that on my own. I don't think I watched that with you.
No, I've never seen I, Tonya.
That's
I don't
who
like
won.
support movies.
I can't fucking remember her name, but she was great.
Yeah.
Last year. So I mean, I don't know how to answer this question, Pip. God damn it.
Just as someone who's never been nominated as a supporting actress, but my vote is always going to go to Kathy Najimy because, like, she's good in everything that she does, and she's that weird character actor in the corner, but I love her in everything that she does. So, her, I guess.
Yeah.
Mostly because my favorite cartoon on the face of the planet is Cats Don't Dance, and she plays Tilly the Hippo, and I fucking love it, so... It's my choice.
You tried to make me watch that one time.
No, I did make you watch that one time, but you looked on Facebook the whole time.
That's why I said you tried to make me watch it one time.
It's an absolute stunning work of art.
It's awful.
It is so good. It's got Scott Bakula. What more do you want? Scott Bakula and Randy Newman scoring, which is incredible. It has Natalie Cole as the singing voice of the main character, of the female lead. It's gorgeous.
What I want is Quantum Leap Scott Bakula. I don't want animated cat Scott Bakula. Oh, that would be awesome. Animated Quantum Leap with cats.
But with cats.
Yeah. But yeah, just to side tangent for a minute, I don't fucking understand what the deal was with Lady Bird. I made Leah watch it.
Yeah.
Because I think we've said on the show before that every boyfriend Leah's had before me has been gay.
Not confirmed.
Well, anyway, there's a scene, there's a whole very small side story arc where she falls in love with this gay guy.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, walks in on him making out with somebody, and I was like, Leah, you gotta watch this. I forgot what it was specifically about that scene. There was, like, a line or something. I was like, you have to watch it.
I don't remember, but, like, as soon as she started crushing on that guy, I said, oh, fuck, he's gay, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, she said it immediately. Yeah. That was the weirdest part of watching that movie with you. Was that guy walked on the screen and you went, I think it wasn't just that he was a character.
Yeah.
But when the character becomes interested in him, you went, oh no, sweetheart, he's gay. just like that.
Hey, it took a long time for me to realize that I am in fact not a gay man and that I should not be going for gay men. No, it's fine.
Your gaydar is on point now. Yeah,
it used to be real shit, but also I don't think I actually was looking for a boyfriend. I was just looking for a friend that liked the same things that I did, and that's gay men for the most part.
I was going to say, being into like theater and crafting and stuff, you're not going to find too many straight men. Some of them, yes.
No, I know some straight men that are really into that kind of thing, but the ones that were accessible to me at the time.
My options.
Yeah, my options
were extremely attractive gay men.
Yeah. Which is perfectly fun. I have some stellar prom photos, and it's great. But
all right, we're going for the Pip sweep this week.
Sweet.
What's the best movie sequel?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. What now, Leah?
Indiana Jones, I guess.
Okay. Which one?
So
You need to clarify.
Crusaders was first, right?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, then the Holy Grail. That's the one that's my favorite.
In between those was Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom sucked. We're not talking about Temple of Doom.
Then it was the Last Crusade. I like all the Indiana Jones movies, and I'm sorry, I even like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But the Last Crusade is the best one.
The Last Crusade's my favorite. So if we're talking about sequel, not just like the second one, like in a series,
yeah, it can be anything.
Yeah, Holy Grail's my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good sequel, and which I think is better than Raiders. So yeah.
I don't know about better, but I like it a lot. I'll say that.
It's the one that I will repeatedly go back and watch whenever it's on. Raiders, I have to be in a mood, and Temple of Doom, you really have to steel yourself to be into Temple of Doom. But
yeah, because they eat monkey brains and shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird, gross out, weirdness there, which it's okay. But anyway.
Well, what you said about The Last Crusade, see, that is what I did growing up. I watched it a million fucking times.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I still love it, but I don't know that I can sit through the whole thing anymore because I watched it so much as a kid.
I also like Toy Story 2.
Yeah. If we're picking a Toy Story sequel, though, I'm going with 3.
Yeah, 3 is much
did
better.
not like Toy Story 4. I know I'm in a minority, whatever. I really did not like Toy Story 4.
I think as a franchise, it would have been better if they, as a story arc, 3 was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Leave it there. As just an enjoyment, fan service, I had fun watching the characters again. I really enjoyed the 4th one.
Hated the story.
See, I didn't. I enjoyed it, but like I said, should it have been there? Probably not. I really liked it. It was fun. I liked having Bo Peep come back. Spoiler alert.
Oh.
But just as a story arc completing, I had all of the feels at the 3rd one, and it just went through that whole emotional, are they gonna die, are they not, that kind of thing. That really did it for me. And then to have this other one, it was not as emotionally fulfilling, and so I would have left it at 3 if it had been my decision. But like I said, I enjoyed 4, but it's not great.
I'm gonna throw Mighty Ducks 2 into the ring.
Yeah,
because they go from literally the worst team in their league to now representing the country at the Pan American Games. That makes sense, right? That tracks.
It does.
Yeah. So, they couldn't win their city league, which they did in the first movie, but they were terrible.
Yeah, but Bombay is just that good of a coach.
Right. It's just Emilio Estevez magic that comes through.
Emilio Estevez magic.
Yeah. We're making a musical. We shouldn't have told anyone, Leah. We were going to unveil that later this year.
on a t-shirt or something. I don't know. Someone draw that.
But I loved Mighty Ducks 2 as well because Keenan was in that. He did the knuckle puck, Anyway, great movie. Any of the can you count Avengers movies as sequels?
No. That's
They're
more
all
like of an
standalone?
in-universe standalone situation, unless it's like Ant-Man 1, Ant-Man 2, Thor 1, 2, however many.
Well, that's a good point. I thought Ant-Man and the Wasp was much better than Ant-Man. But again, they're still both good movies. So what do you want to do? I didn't like any of the Thor movies. At
I
all.
love
Except for
the
Ragnarok.
Thor movies.
Ragnarok was great.
I love the Thor movies.
Oh, we need more sequels.
Yeah.
I've got them stored up. Major League 2 is great.
I think that's enough of sequels.
Well, no, what's the best sequel?
Well, I already
we
told
have a list
you.
of sequels.
It's
It's
Last
Cats
Crusade.
Don't Dance 2.
They didn't make one of those because everybody involved died and the company went out of business. But anyway.
Jesus Christ.
What? They closed their animation studio.
Back to the Future 2. Awesome. Awesome. Back to the Future 3, not so much. Still not bad, though. But Back to the Future 2 was my jam. Loved it. You got another sequel, Leah? No? I mean, The Godfather 2 is great, but, you got to be into that sort of thing.
No thanks.
So, yeah. Nothing else from you? All right, let's get another one here. Oh, my God. We're getting the Pips sweep. What's the worst thing you had to read in school, Leah?
Oh.
I've got one. I'm ready out the fucking gate with this.
Woo!
You want me to do it? I'll go. Catcher in the Rye. I don't fucking get it. Holden Caulfield's just a whiny piece of shit. And that's all there is to it.
I think that's the point.
But see, the thing is, I didn't cheat my way through school, but I never read the assigned reading, so I would like look up Cliff Notes and stuff. And I would always do like good. I would get B's on the stuff. And this is throughout high school, right? I actually sat down and read Catcher in the Rye because I was like, I should do it. I should experience this book that everyone talks about. Got worse grades on the assignments than I did when I just did the Cliff Notes. Read the whole book and absolutely fucking hated it. I thought it was the fucking worst. Someone just needed to slap him and get him in shape. Right, Leah?
What were we saying? I was thinking of my own. What book? Oh,
Catcher in the
Holden
Rye.
Caulfield? Yeah.
Catcher in the Rye.
No, he's a whiny piece of shit, but
There
I mean,
we
that's
go.
sort of the point.
Yeah, I know, but like, why build a fucking culture around this book? Anyway, go ahead, Leah.
There's so many.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I have others too, but you know.
I mean, the one that I enjoyed the least, I guess, probably, okay, so we had to read a lot in our history of theater class in college, and so we would end up reading translations of plays from all eras, starting from the Greeks on up. Like the Chekhov plays, I know everybody like thinks they're this stunning masterwork and like they're so profound. But I literally like the one that I'm specifically talking about was The Three Sisters, and they made us read that and do scenes from it and all this stuff, and I'm just sitting here going, look, they don't even fucking make it to St. Petersburg, and they're like 10 miles away, y'all. Like, you could have started walking at the beginning of the play and fucking made it by now, and they just, I don't know. It's awful, and I don't get it, and maybe that's a me thing, but...
Well, along that same line of thinking, anything Shakespeare we had to read, I absolutely hated, too. I
always found that stuff interesting, but, you know...
I didn't. See, I hold Shakespeare in the light of, I'm sure it was great and revolutionary and incredible at the time, but now it's like old hat, and there's so much more incredible creative stuff happening.
But that's not even the thing, though. A lot of people think it's
how I feel.
This highbrow fancy stuff, but a lot of the jokes that Shakespeare's telling are dirty as fuck. They're really funny once you get down into like what the language actually means, and all the turns of phrase and the puns and stuff like that. It's just really, I don't know. I like a lot of the stories.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
But yeah, so like I said, Chekhov probably would be. And then any of the medieval plays that we had to read were always just like boring and medieval.
Boring and medieval.
Like, they're all like church allegory, everybody's going to hell plays, and that's never fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like most of the books that I was told to read in like high school and stuff like that, I had either already read or like was just a really interesting, good stuff. So,
well,
which I mean, everybody has to suffer through the Scarlet Letter, but it's not a bad story. It's just long.
Yeah, I think everybody, unless your school system bans it because it says fuck once, has to suffer through Catcher in the Rye too.
We never did, but
yeah, y'all didn't, probably because Hartselle didn't allow it, or just the Alabama public school system.
No, I mean it was in the library because I read it from there, but yeah, it was just nothing that anyone ever like. We were too busy with Hamlet, and yeah, that was my senior year. We had to do a whole big presentation on Hamlet, and then we did research papers on that, and or we could pick some of the poetry of what's his buckets that did Cats.
Cats don't dance.
No, he's the T.S. Eliot.
Okay.
We had a bunch of his poetry that we could do, and I picked that. It was weird.
Yeah. I don't know if we do, but I would be up for answering a what's the best thing you read in school question as well. I don't know if there's one in the bag. I don't remember what we've put in here so far. Should we do one more?
Sure.
We're 20 minutes in. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get one that's like quickish. Oh, from Caitlin. How many podcasts are you currently listening to within a week? Leah.
What?
How many podcasts are you currently listening to within a week?
Like,
how many do you listen to
how many
regularly?
episodes?
I don't know.
Or how many, like, I would say, because episodes, it just depends. Like, I just finished an audiobook, so I'm going to go back to podcasts.
I would guess different podcasts per week. Right now, for me, it's 3 or 4, and will be one less because Harmontown ended Monday night. And the last one comes out probably tomorrow morning, which we are recording this the night before it comes out on Tuesday. So Harmontown is over, and now I have one less to listen to per week.
I have 5 that are weekly and like a couple that are bi-weekly, so it depends on the week. But, you know, for the most part, like 5 or so, and then just whatever else that shows up in my feed, I'll fill it in with. But, you know. And then sometimes, like, I haven't listened to a podcast in a while, and then I want to catch up on them, or, you know, because you have to be in a mood for some podcasts. Like, I probably wouldn't listen to our podcast on a regular basis all the time. It would be something like, oh, I want to listen to a bunch of these stories, and not like I would listen to 4 or 5 episodes at a time. Like, I've got podcasts like that, you know, like My Favorite Murder, I fucking love, but I have to be in a mood for it. So it might be a day that I listened to My Favorite Murder all day long, and then I'll go a month without listening to him again. You know, it just depends.
Yeah, I've done that too. I don't have an option with listening to ours weekly because I just have to. So,
well, I mean, I also
do it to make sure
ours.
Everything's good. Like, I listen to it from start to finish.
Yeah.
And just make sure there's no fucking around going on in it. So, I guess that counts as another one every week that I listen to.
2.
Yeah, multiples per week of this one because I have to make sure they're ready for your ear bones out there.
You're doing such a good job, my love.
I believe so too. All right, y'all. Well, that is it for this week. We enjoyed it. Send us some more questions and personal stories because we're almost out again. If you want us to keep doing this, we might just like sit here and read Trivial Pursuit cards or something to each other. That might be fun.
Because everybody wants to hear that.
Why not? I mean, we got to do something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll do dog tricks or something. And that would be great in audio format.
I was just say, I don't know how that's going to work. Audio, like, yeah, he's standing up. Good job.
You'll see. All right, y'all. Well, we will see you this weekend for the main episode.
Bye, y'all.